Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this lovely 2022 Infiniti QX50 LUXE all-wheel drive that we have for sale. This is one fantastic luxury compact crossover, one of our more popular vehicles that we sell on the new side and on the pre-owned side. This one has 17,162 miles at the time of making this video. It's a clean Carfax vehicle. We do have a complimentary Carfax report. And who better to buy a pre-owned Infiniti from than a new Infiniti retailer like us? Our techs work on these vehicles on a daily basis and they're very familiar with them. 2022 is a great year for the QX50. In 2019, it got a complete ground-up redesign. In 2020, they upgraded the infotainment system of a higher resolution, crisper display, and the addition of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which I know a lot of people like. So even though this one does not have navigation, you can have navigation on your phone and project it right up there on that top screen. In 2021, they made a lot of previously optional equipment standard, like great driver's assistance features like adaptive cruise control. Then you have the Pro Pilot Assist, which is allows the vehicle to brake and accelerate and steer in its own lane on the highway. So yeah, fantastic features. This one has a beautiful perforated leather interior. We have a big panoramic roof to allow lots of natural light inside. It's a sunny day today, so this power sunshade can come in handy, so you're not baking in the sun. But it's also nice to get some nice fresh ambient light, because our climate is overcast and kind of dreary sometimes, or quite often here in the Pacific Northwest, so having a little bit more ambient light from that glass roof panel is really nice. We have power and heated front seats. We have a nice parking camera. We have steering wheel paddle shifters. So the top screen is for projecting your phone screen up there, the parking camera. The bottom screen is a tablet-like interface to adjust settings and apps. Here we have a driver's assistance feature, so we have vehicle dynamic control, which ties the traction and stability control system together into one system. We have blind spot warning and blind spot intervention, so it'll steer you back in your lane if you try changing lanes and the vehicle's in your blind spot. We have backward and forward emergency braking. We have a lane departure warning and lane departure intervention, so it will steer you back in your lane if you start veering out of it. Then we have steering assist. This keeps you centered in your lane while driving on the highway, and it will follow gentle bends as well on the highway. That works great with the adaptive cruise control. Then we have a drive mode selector, so we have 4 presets. You can use this to access the 4 presets: personal, sport, standard, or eco. Or you can kind of drill down a little bit deeper here, make individual changes to the engine and transmission, individual changes to the steering. Active trace control brakes individual wheels to help the vehicle rotate better through the corners. You can shut that on or off. This has a variable compression engine, so it has a feature called active engine braking. Engine braking is a natural tendency for a vehicle to slow down when you remove your foot off the accelerator or you downshift into a lower gear. So how would this be beneficial? Well, engine braking can be beneficial, like if you're going down a steep grade, you're going over the mountain pass and you're going down a steep grade, you don't want to ride the brakes and overheat them or cause premature wear. So downshifting into a lower gear and using engine braking, compression braking, to keep the vehicle at a safe speed while going down a steep hill can, be a little bit safer proposition and better on your brakes. And then, in cases of driving in the snow, like if you're driving in really icy, slippery conditions, even with ABS, you can get a vehicle to start sliding, like going down a steep, icy, slippery hill. So downshifting into a lower gear to maintain a safe, slow speed down that hill in icy and slippery conditions also can be safer and more beneficial. Nice leather up steering wheel. The QX50 is a beautiful vehicle. Infiniti went to great lengths to really make this thing look good. When we're dealing with a crossover SUV, it's kind of like an egg shape or jelly bean shape on wheels. So it's hard to make as sleek and sexy as a Cooper sedan. But Infiniti was up to the task and they really made a beautiful vehicle. Especially the front end styling is very reminiscent of our gorgeous Q50 sedan and Q60 coupe. It has a clamshell design, so you don't have an unsightly line where the fender meets the hood. The clamshell design integrates into the body lines and goes all the way to the rear of the vehicle. Some of these things can be subconscious as far as design cues go, but it's that thing in our brain that we can't always explain why something looks good. We just look at it and say that looks good. So it's little details like that the Infiniti designers and engineers went through to really make this thing an eye-catching, beautiful vehicle, not a jelly bean or egg on wheels. We have some pioneering technology as far as the engine goes. This has a variable compression turbocharged engine. The first production version of an engine like this. Infiniti worked on this technology for 20 years. So what's special about it, it can change its compression ratio on the fly depending on the way you're driving. So for instance, if you're kind of doing easy does it driving, it'll give you a 14:1 compression ratio, which will calibrate the engine for maximum fuel efficiency. but maybe you're getting more aggressive on the throttle. Maybe you have the drive mode selector in sport mode, though, well, the car can tell you want more sporty driving, you want more power, and it can quickly change the compression ratio to an 8:1 compression ratio, which will calibrate the engine for maximum power, which is 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. It actually makes more torque than the old naturally aspirated 3.7 liter V6 it replaces, yet it's far more fuel efficient than that fantastic engine that was quite thirsty. So Infiniti had to do something else when they redesigned this, because people who buy cars like this, it's a deal breaker getting 12-15 miles per gallon. They want to get at least 20 plus miles per gallon. So even though this is the compact, we have nice spacious seats back here. They slide back and forth, they recline, you have USB and USB-C connectivity. Front wheel drive is standard in the QX50. Intelligent all-wheel drive is optional. This has the intelligent all-wheel drive, so it'll be front wheel drive under normal driving conditions to save on gas, and it can quickly send up to 50% of the vehicle's power to the rear wheels when those front wheels start slipping. Lots of space back here. You can fold down the seats for even more cargo space. You might have to remove the headrest or move that seat forward, but you get the idea. And then you have a little bit of extra storage under there. Oh, looks like we have the old plates. And we also have a power rear liftgate. Well, there we have it, a beautiful example of a 2022 QX50 LUXE all-wheel drive. Thanks for taking the time today to watch this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.